Hey guys, it's Lori. I am finally going to show you my craft room. So let's get on with it and do a quick craft room tour. Before we do that, I want to just tell you real quick that this room isn't just a craft room. This is literally like my hangout. I can sit back and relax in here. I can kick my feet up. I can grab a pillow and put it behind my head, which I have one down here. It's one of those neck rest pillow things, neck pillows, whatever, like you take on an airplane. Seriously, I have my foot up on the desk right now. So I can lean back, relax, kick back, and watch videos or what have you. So let me just get on with this craft room tour real quick. Otherwise, it's going to be a super long video. So right now I'm going to say if you make it to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. So this is what it looks like standing outside at the doorway to my craft room, except this is my shower curtain. I washed it and it was there and it was handy, so I used it because if there's not something behind this, you really can't see it that well. So anyway, this is chicken wire down here, which you can barely tell, but it is chicken wire. And this is the end of a baby crib. And I actually extended the legs down here with some legs that I cut off of a different one that I'm using in Hayden's doorway. I'll show you that right now. Here's the one in the doorway leading into Hayden's room. Now his has a curtain because that's for privacy, so he can pull that curtain if he wants to. But anyway, this is the other end of that baby crib, and the legs are cut off. So that's what I use to extend the legs on the one going into my craft room. But it's attached just like the one going into the craft room. And it also has the same kind of hook and everything, which I'll show you. Okay, so this is, like I said, attached to the doorway in the same way with the cup hooks. These are just cup hooks screwed into the baby gate. And these are like, what do you call these? I call them eye bolts, but they're small. Anyway, they're hooked into the doorway. So, and this is actually a lot harder to get into those than I expected it to be. Yeah, excuse my wall right there, but it is what it is there. Let's just go inside and take a look. Let's get this out of the way first. Unhook this with the little latch so the cats can't get in. And it does pull open, it doesn't push. It'll push a little ways, but it isn't supposed to. So here we go. So you're inside the craft room. That's why I really put that there, because you can see like the hallway and the kitchen and stuff so well that it just, the gate blended in with it. So anyways, so let's just start with the door. Up top, we have the over the door hook from Dollar Tree. And on that, I have these cooling racks. There's 4 of them, wire tied together. And this is just, I hung this there just to have somewhere to put it because I was going to use it somewhere else and didn't. But anyway, there's another over the door hanger right here that's handy for hanging things like my fly swatter and my duster. And it's perfect to just hang my, I can hang my tripod right there. It fits perfectly. But you can put S-hooks on this to hang things from if you want to. I have my dad's hats. Those 2 hats right there are my dad's. And these hats are mine. I throw those on once in a while if I'm going somewhere and my hair looks bad or something. Here's my Mr. Rogers sweater that I put on all the time. It's got paint on it and everything else, but I love it. Here's just another sweater that I wear sometimes. And behind the door, I use the area behind my door. Well, these hooks right here actually were already there, and I just left them there thinking maybe I'd use them, but I kind of, well, I guess I do, but I don't use them for, like, it used to be for my boys when this used to be their bedroom years ago, and they would hang their backpacks and winter coats and stuff on here. This is just the bag for my tripod. And this thing wrapped around it is actually a football belt that I just have wrapped around it, and it's got an S hook on it, and I'll show you why in just about a minute, because this door kind of acts as a bit of a really narrow closet. It's like 3 inches narrow to be exact. But anyway, I just have like some wood pieces back here, and on the door is another piece of the baby crib. So this goes all the way down here, and it's got another over the door thing hanging on it, and it's really nice to use for storage, just to hang things on. This bag is actually full of bags. It's a bag of bags, and I have used quite a few of these bags, And the reason I tell you that is because, hold on, when it's full and you open the door, it kind of like bounces back. So that's the reason for this. I hooked this onto a rung of this thing and it holds it so it doesn't like bounce back open on me. But yeah. And this, by the way, and this crib thing is just hanging on and over the door hook. So there's that. Now, if you look up high, you'll see I have some paper towel holders that are mounted to the wall and they're holding my wreath forms. And then over here above the doorway, I have a couple of plate racks mounted upside down on the wall to hold wrapping paper, shelf liner. There's some bamboo skewers like that really long ones up there. Then over here we have just a shelf with some bins on it. I'll go through and show you like what I have like inside of my cabinets and stuff in a different video. But right now I'm just going to kind of show you basic stuff. This is actually a bin full of stuff that I'm going to be, I don't know, using for DIYs, stuff that I have available to use for DIYs. Let's put it that way. Down there, those baskets are what I put my Dollar Tree hauls in. When I do my Dollar Tree hauls, underneath the dresser, I have some extra baskets. And this dresser used to be my grandma's, so it's really, really old. These are the original handles that were on it and everything. So anyway, on the top, I just have some decor. Here's my, you know what, my dot. If I say it, it'll turn on. It's my Echo Dot. It didn't turn on. Okay. And of course, you know, you might just need the easy button every now and then because you got to push it once in a while.
That was easy.
And then back here, I have some treats for Winston. So these are just some doggy treats. The light switch, I don't ever use it because I turn my lights on with the Echo Dot. If I say it fast, she doesn't talk, or she doesn't wake up. So over here, I have some drawers. And this is a step stool because I have shelves in here and I'm short, so I can't reach them. And you know what? I'm just going to show you, like, I have some cables in here. There's my camera, a charger for the battery for it, and like a mount. There's a portable power bank right there. I mean, just random stuff in there. Some of those cables, I'm not really even sure what they're for, but I'll just kind of open these. These always stick. That really bugs me. But I'll just kind of open these and show you inside. Even though I said I wasn't going to do that in this video. I'm not going to show you inside everything, that's for sure. Not in this video anyway. But yeah, just some hook things that I'm not using right now. This is pretty self-explanatory what kind of stuff is in here. So, in this one, gotta have my index cards. And let's just keep going for a minute. Here's some clamps and such. This is extra ribbon. I have some ribbon elsewhere that I'm going to show you in a minute, but this is just some extra ribbon. And this is randomness. And down here we have all sorts of glues and tapes and Velcro and magnets. And if anything ever comes apart around here and it can't be fixed, there is something really wrong. And next to it, I have water for my plants, in case you were wondering. And I know you can kind of see a little bit of this. This is kind of random stuff down here, but I have like my dad's tablet, some adult coloring books. This is paperwork for my dad's estate and my aunt's estate as well. I was the executor of her estate, my aunt that passed away a few months ago. This bin is just like some fabric and some odds and ends that I really just need to put away. So that's what's in there. And I'll show you the rest of that stand in a minute, but this is a really nice buffet that I got this for free years ago and just kind of made it over, painted it, and used to have blue knobs, but I changed it when I brought it in here. So underneath I do have some rugs, and that's my laptop sitting over there in that corner. My laptop and the stand for that, but I have all my plants up here and I'll show you a clip that I took of those real quick. This is the amaryllis bulb that I bought at Home Depot a while back. I planted it, and honestly, it doesn't look much different at all than it did the day I planted it. And it's been a couple of weeks, but it doesn't look dead, so I guess that's a good thing. And here's the glittery cactus, or succulent, I should say, that I bought from Aldi, and it actually doesn't look much different than the day I bought it either, but that's okay too. I'm fine with that. And this, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. But it doesn't look anything like it did. Like these leaves don't look anything like the leaves that were on it before, because I cut this way back. You can see where I cut off some of the leaves because it had big leaves on it, but they were all really droopy and brown. And I repotted it into this bigger pot, and this one actually has holes in it, so it's got some drainage. And that was the problem. It didn't have any drainage before, and it was drowning. It literally had water like laying in the bottom of like the dirt. It actually had puddles in it. So anyway, it was just drowning. And now these leaves honestly don't look anything like the other ones, but we'll see what happens with that. It does look good, and it's getting some new stuff on it. So I'm hopeful with this one. This came from my aunt's funeral, so I've had it for about 6 months. Then come over here on this side, and we have a Christmas cactus, and this is from cuttings that I got from a friend. So it looks pretty good. As a matter of fact, I think there's a tiny flower maybe coming right there. Ooh, well, I'm happy about that. I didn't expect to see that. I don't know if it'll turn into a flower or not, but I hope it does. So it's only been planted for, gosh, I don't know, a couple of weeks. I did my repotting all at the same time. So anyway, here's this one, and this also came from my aunt's funeral, and it's just this and these two leaves that are coming out right there. I put a couple of fake succulents in it just because it looks so bare, but I think it looks pretty like that. And this was in a big basket with that other plant that I showed you, along with a couple of others. And this one right here, oh, it looks so good. This is also, this came from a client of mine. She gave me a plant, but it was really super leggy and like, I don't know, it looked overgrown and needed repotted. So what I did was I just took a bunch of clippings from it, rooted them, and this is what it is now. I love it. It looks really good. This one right here also came in that basket from my aunt's funeral, and it's hard to believe she's been gone for 6 months, but I've had it for 6 months and it still looks good. So I'm proud of myself there. I tend to kill plants sometimes. I want to have a green thumb. I really do. But anyway, here's this one. And then this is the aloe plant that I purchased not long ago. I think I got this at Home Depot as well. Same time I got that bulb. But it's looking pretty good. There's actually a new little sprout there coming up. So yeah, that's looking good. And this one I'm actually super happy with, because let me put it up here where you can see it a little better. I really thought that I would do this thing in no time at all, but I still have it after 6 months time. This was also in that basket, and it's looking really good. I love it. And then up here in this basket, I have the spider plant. It does have some brown tips on it, but from what I understand, that's pretty normal. I don't know if it's a winter thing that they do or what, but this also was a start that one of my clients gave me, a different client than the other one actually. But it started out as, see, it's got this runner on it with a baby down here. It started out smaller than this. So I didn't even know if it was going to make it or not, but I rooted it in some water and planted it. And now it looks like this. Let's come up above the window. I have my Vincent van Gogh paintings up here. Pretty sure they're not originals, but you know. And while we're up high, let's just come on over here. On top of this stand. On top of this stand, I have all these extra baskets. Guys, when you go and you're buying baskets and you see, oh, this is cute. Oh, these look sturdy. Oh, I like these new colors. Oh, I don't have any like this. Don't do that, because that's what I'm super guilty of. I buy baskets just because I like them or whatever. And this is what you end up with if you do that. But you know what? I think I'll just be happy today. This bin right here has some of my granddaughter's artwork in it, and the two on top they're just shoebox containers. And those two both have boxwood in them, my boxwood things. Okay, so here is this cabinet right here. Take a little trip down the cabinet. These I honestly just sat there because I had them somewhere else, but I moved them, and so they're just sitting there temporarily. But here's all this stuff. And then there's storage below. And I have this is my smaller cutting mat, and I have in between these, I have my large cutting mat, and also there's a an ironing board back here too, which I rarely use, but it sure is nice to have when you need it. There's a couple hooks on the side. Right now I just have a plant hanger here because I am going to put a plant in my other window like this one, but I'm not sure. I think I might put this baby spider plant in it, but I'm going to let it grow a little bit longer first. Yeah, there is this random hook on this wall. Why is that there? Okay, well, first of all, this is a breaker box, okay? So, yeah, that's a breaker box back there. But this random hook right here is for this light. And it just, oh, there we go. It just hangs, if I can do it with my left hand, it just hangs like that. And if I turn it on, it really brightens up the room for when I do videos and when I'm sitting in my chair over there. So that's what that's for, but it really bugs me when it's just hanging there like that. So I just put it down. Okay, then if we come over here, we have my Cricut sitting on this stand, and inside the stand there is a bunch of like, I'll just show you real quick. I wasn't going to do this, but I guess I might as well. So I have a printer down there. That's just a color printer, and some printer paper and stuff like that, some ink cartridges, and here's some vinyl, and I've got my transfer tape. There's a thing right here that's got some scrap vinyl pieces in it. But yeah, that's where I set my Cricut. This window, I'm telling you, it's really, really nice to have in the summertime. You can open this window and open this window and the breeze just goes right through. Gosh, I love it. But anyway, up top here, this is a painting that I got from Steve Harris. Do you guys watch Steve Harris's channel? He is awesome. He is just wonderful, but he's one of my loyals. So I love that painting. I absolutely love it. So anyway, that's from him. And back here we just kind of have like a mess of cords, but it's not really that messy. A couple coasters. And here's my ring light. Let me pull this. There, that's a lot better. Wow. Okay, so mess of cords, some coasters. Here's my ring light. And then it has this thing on it too. You can like put a phone on, but I never ever use that. I've never used it, so I just bend it down. But anyway, and then my computer sits here, and it's nice because I can scoot this all the way back to the corner if I want to, and then I'll have like the whole table to work on, which I've been doing stuff. This is a list of some measurements and stuff for some Cricut things. You can kind of see the back side of this organizer with candy dish that if you come into this room, you can have candy. You always get candy if you come in here. And this chair right here, John sits there when he comes in to chat with me. I have a bin of yarn and stuff that I'm going to be doing a project with. And here's some projects that I have started. Over here on the floor, you can see my heat gun. I was using that, so I got it sitting there cooling off. Here's my cart that I got at Michael's. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. Love it. It is wonderful, you guys. It is just wonderful. It spins so easy. It moves so easy. And I can just pull it right over to where I'm working. And just, I love it. I really love it. So, oh, I'm just noticing. Did you guys notice that before? There's something splattered all over the wall. Can you even see that? I don't know. But I just noticed it. So here's the real life portion of the video. You know what happened? I dropped a cup of coffee. I literally dropped a cup of coffee when I walked in here the one day. It's been a while now, but I did not realize it went all over this wall. So I'll have to clean that up in a little bit. Here is my table that I sit at all the time. This is a total hangout room. I hang out in here all the time. And here is my chair with a blanket on it. And if you look down here, you'll even see a pillow in case I want to be a little more cozy. And some bins down there with, oh, there's paper towels and tissues. There's some hand lotion in there. There's all sorts of things in there. There's my neck pillow, if you can see that. There's like lots of nail polishes and my makeup mirror, lots of stuff. I've got my straightener hanging there, my water, my office supplies up here on top of my vanity. And it's nice because I can just pick that up and move it if I need that space for something else. This right here, that tall bottle, I absolutely love it. I love that bottle. It came from my grandma's. I nabbed it from her house after she passed away. My mom was going to sell it, but I'm like, nope, we're not going to sell that. So anyways, I was the executor of grandma's estate too. So that was mine. I brought it home, and you can see there's a mirror obviously on my vanity, but I have it covered with this black poster board, and that stick right there, I literally got that out of my backyard. But that is there to hold that poster board from falling forward, because when I'm sitting here in this chair, I can see myself in that mirror, like out of my peripheral vision, and I can see myself moving, and I don't like that. It really, really bothers me. So anyway, I just put the poster board there, and then I can use it for a backdrop for photos sometimes too. And my planner hanging on the wall with nothing on it. Why? Because I'm on staycation. That's why. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if you can see down in there. I have way down in there in that corner right there. It's really not that far. It kind of looks like it in the video, I think. But anyways, I got my dust buster down there and my giant purse in here. Now I'm going to show you the floor underneath. My chair is Dollar Tree carpet squares, and there's 6 of them all taped together. This is wonderful underneath my chair. It is wonderful. I used to have this one over here underneath my chair, but I moved it to this area instead for a couple reasons. When it was under my chair, it was hard to scoot my chair around. And sometimes when I try to move like sideways with it, I would nearly fall over. Like my chair would almost tip instead of rolling. So, because the rug's just a little too thick. So I just put it over here. And that's nice because then my gate, it stops my gate from coming in this way because it really isn't supposed to come inward. When you're coming into a room, it's just natural to kind of push it inward. But it's not made that way for a reason, because this is to keep my animals out of here, especially my cats. And if the cats could push it open, they would just push it right open. Well, they've figured out that they can pull it open with their paw, and Winston knows that he can do that too. But that's the reason it has this hook on it. That's the reason for that. Now it's not going to open at all. So anyway, if I'm sitting in here, I really don't even have to latch it. They know they're not supposed to come in here, so they don't. But yeah, if I'm not in here though, I do latch it so they stay out because they get into all my stuff. So here is my shelves with all my bins. I had a terrible time figuring out how I wanted to organize these shelves, and I probably reorganized them a dozen times. I'm not even kidding. I mean, John would walk in here and say, "What are you doing now? Are you reorganizing again?" You know, and he's like, "Aren't you sick of doing this?" It's like, yes, but I can't stand it. It's driving me nuts. So anyway, I finally got all the same kind of bins with all the labels, and I am super happy with it. The bottom shelf, I love the bottom shelf. These are trays from Dollar Tree that I picked up a while back. I know they don't have them anymore, but I was lucky enough to be able to grab 4 of them, so I did. This is just decor. Courtney got me this little succulent kit that I put together, and she got me that for Mother's Day. These are Dollar Tree bank thingies that I kind of DIY'd them, put a different backing in it and stuff. And I've got a bunch of pennies in this one. There's that. And over here, let me show you this real quick. This is paint sticks with one of those drawer pull knobs hanging on it, attached to them. And I kind of decorated it up, put some felt down here so it would be soft. And this is where I hang my necklace, my dad necklace. This has some of my dad's ashes in it. And if I'm not wearing it, it's hanging right here, waiting for me. So there's that. And I have, well, you know what? These aren't actually going to stay here. They're just here for now. And this is some can koozies that I'm going to put some things on with my Cricut and give them as gifts, kind of, you know, kind of an extra little gift. Over here is my ribbon. I love this little setup I have right here. It's awesome. And I took a video of it when I made it, and I'm going to put that in right now. I have this mess of ribbon that needs organized. So I already had some dowel rods on hand. So I'm going to use those. And I'm also going to use these round wooden wreath ornaments that I got from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to drill some holes in these things. I'm going to paint them white. I'm going to stain the dowel rods with that antique wax. Put them together. Simple as that. Seriously, simple. So here it is. Stick the ribbon on. And it's perfect. It worked out fantastic. So that is what I ended up with, and it's awesome because I can just lean this forward and take a roll of ribbon off. I don't have to pull it out or anything like that, so it's wonderful. It's working out really, really great. Okay, over here I have some beads, and these beads are actually old beads. They're really old, from my grandma's craft shop she had when I was growing up and into my teenage years. And these are beads that I used to use for macrame. I used to do macrame all the time. In fact, my mom and I used to teach macrame classes at my grandma's shop. So yeah. So anyways, those are just decoration. But here's all my beads, and they're also on a Lazy Susan. Okay, I say Lazy Susan. This is the Dollar Tree trays, and this is how they come. Just plain like this. But I took a couple of them and put Lazy Susans. I literally glued a Lazy Susan to the bottom of this. That's it. Glued it on there, and it's a Lazy Susan now. So this is all my beads here, my wood beads. I got them all separated, and I just made them so they're kind of decorative but functional at the same time. And that's basically what this kind of is too, because I like the way it looks. So anyway, then over here we have the rest of this shelf that I already showed you the bottom part of. I have some stuff up here for my dad, and this was his license plate. We used to have a front and back license plate here in Ohio. And this, I don't know if this is the front one or the back one, but I have one, my brother has the other. He had it personalized. His name was actually Gary, but nobody ever called him Gary. Everybody called him Cork. So that's his personalized plate and some of his things. That's a leaf from his tree and his necktie. This is his necktie and the picture. And this right here, this is Zippo lighter. Oh my gosh, you guys. If I hear this sound, that sound right there, that just immediately puts me in mind of my dad. It does. This was his pocket knife, his keychain, and this was the last birthday card this was the last card he ever gave me. So I'm so happy I kept this. I have this, and I gave him this. Oh my gosh, this is like a piece of marble. This I got at my grandma's shop, my grandma's craft shop, many years ago, and I gave it to him for Father's Day or birthday one year. So yeah, and Brendan got me this for Mother's Day last year. He had been on vacation in Myrtle Beach, and the day that they came home was Mother's Day, so he got this around for me and got it for me in Myrtle Beach and gave it to me for Mother's Day, as well as the lighthouse that sits behind it. I don't like the way I have this set up because you can't really see the lighthouse. There's a candle back there too. And let's come down here and you can see the rest of the shelf. And then there's the bottom that I already showed you. So these candles all light up at night. They're on a timer. So, and there's one sitting back there in the corner too. And right here, this came from Debbie, and she's another one of my loyals. I'm not saying I'm Wonder Woman. I'm just saying that no one has ever seen me and Wonder Woman in the same room, right? So anyway, so this is it, guys. This is my craft room. So I'll try and do a little spin around real quick, and that will be everything. This is my craft room. I hope you guys weren't expecting, you know, something too terribly fancy, because this is it. This is it. But I'm super happy with it, and yeah, so here we go. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.